We all know how SmartBear's BearQ systems does the entire application testing with the power of the AI agents and its MCP servers, which are delivering the entire application testing by actually discovering the test, validating the test, scaling up the entire test with the BearQ agent systems, and adapting to the changes of the applications. We discussed all of these earlier in our ExecuteAutomation YouTube channel. If you really not watched those videos, I highly recommend to go and watch there. But in this particular video, we're going to see how we can start using the power of these amazing feature which is already there in the BearQ system by extending with the custom agents. So we are going to see how these agents, as you are seeing over here, like the QA lead agent, tester agents, and explorer agent of the BearQ system, is going to extend its knowledge by connecting to some external agents via MCP servers. So you can see that I have already got connected with some external agents like the Browserless Agent and GitHub Agent. So this Browserless Agent is something which is a part of the Browserless tool. If you have used Browserless tool before, you know what exactly this Browserless does. It actually helps you solve some captchas automatically and also scrape the pages for you automatically if your automation sites are being restricted as a robot to be considered. Then the Browserless agent is going to go and fix it for you by automatically resolving those captcha for you. That's the reason why I have got this Browserless agent, and I also got the GitHub agent over here. So if you got the code sitting in the GitHub repository, and if you want to know if your code that you have got tested in the BearQ systems is obsolete because there is an application change, or maybe it needs a new updates in the test code that it has already generated, by looking into the repository of the actual application source code, then you can go and use this GitHub agents to do all these operations. That's what exactly what we're going to be discussing in this particular video. I will show you what if there is going to be a new feature in the application added. For instance, you can see that this is the EA employee app version 2.0 source code repository, and the application is this one. We have already discussed about it over here. You can see that in this particular application there are some features really added in recent days, but BearQ agents don't know that because it just pushed like a couple of days before, and the Explorer agent has not really explored those areas because the PR was still open and it just got merged, and we wanted to see how we can let the QA lead agent know about these changes in the repository. And we're going to say this QA lead agent to go and check for the repository, but the QA lead agent is restricted with the access to the GitHub repositories, which is an external resource. So we are going to be using the GitHub agent tools, which is going to read the repositories for us and get the information out from there. And then the QA lead agent is going to pass this information to the Explorer agent and the tester agent to write the test for you. That's all going to be happening with these agents along with the external agent. That's what we'll be discussing over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and remove this particular GitHub agent for now, because I'm going to show you how you can add this GitHub MCP server in first place. So in order to do that, you can see that I have got this GitHub official MCP server Google search page, which is going to be the GitHub repository. So if you want to go and click that over there, you can see that it's going to show you how you can configure a remote GitHub MCP server. And this is the URL that you need for connecting with the GitHub MCP server. Just copy this particular URL and go to the SmartBear's BearQ system. And over here, you can just hit this connect agent and just give the server name, which is going to be the GitHub agent, and you can give whatever name that you want. And this is the URL that I'm going to passing in. The moment I'm going to pass in, the system knows that we can authorize it via the API key over here. So now I'm going to go and copy the API key that I have got from my GitHub repository, and I'm going to paste that API key. So you know how to generate the API keys and things, right? You just have to go to the developer settings, go to the personal access token, go to the tokens, and generate a new classic token or fine grained tokens, whatever that you wanted. And once you have the token, then just go and paste that over here and hit connect and continue. It is automatically going to show you all the tools which the MCP server offers. So it has got around 42 tools, I guess. So it's going to show you all those tools over there. You can save the configuration, and then you can start using it. But guess what? You can also instruct the tools when to be invoked as well if you really wanted to. But the QA lead agent is smart enough to know when to invoke these tools. But if you really want to extend it even further, you can get some more information as well. So for instance, push the files or pull the read requests. So when should you use this particular tool? You can also mention it over here, and then it will take care of it. But I don't think that QA lead agent is so dumb that it won't recognize those information for you. It knows the tooling systems, it knows the server, so it knows the capability. It will automatically invoke it for you. So that's all going to be happening for you automatically. So you don't really have to specify that. But in some edge case scenarios, if you want to do it, you can still do that as well. Now I'm going to go to my work over here, and I'm going to chat with the QA lead agent, and I'm going to say, can you check the repository? And now I'm going to give the repository of the application, which is going to be this guy, the ExecuteAutomation / GitHub app v2. This is the repository that I'm working with. So I'm going to give this particular repository over here and see if there are any new features added. If there are any new features added, can you start adding new test cases for that if it is not existing already in our system? This is what I'm really telling over here. And you can see that there is a drop down over here. It says agent as 3. And if you're going to go and choose that, you can see that the QA lead agent has got 2 more agent access this time, which is pretty amazing, right? So if you're going to have multiple agents configured, you're going to see all those lists coming up over here. And because I only have got 2 agents at the moment, so I'm going to just leave that as it is. And now what's going to happen if I'm going to send this instruction over here? Now, automatically, SmartBear's BearQ system is going to start performing a lot of different operations. So it's going to, first of all, invoke the toolings for us internally to see if there are any tests there. But before doing that, it is going to invoke the external tool, which is the GitHub MCP server tool. And then it is going to see if that particular features that we're looking for is already in the system or not. So we will actually gonna show you the test is as well over here. You see that in the test at the moment I have got 37 tests. I don't think the features that I have added is really existing in this particular test list over there. But if I'm gonna go to the work and to the ad hoc test over here, you should see, yeah, look at that. It's gonna call the get tool for MCP. So it's calling the GitHub agent list commits over here, and see that it knows that this is the list commits tool that you need to invoke, because that is the place where it's going to know all the commits of your source code. And then it's going to get the test tools to get all the list of test cases. And you can see that it has created a subtask over here, which is going to be for the test run over here, and says that here are the recent feature changes I found, like these. And I have also created a new draft test case to cover the updated PF contribution calculation. So this was the new one, which is not there within our system. So it's going to go and start doing that, because the rest of things was already been covered by our SmartBear's BearQ system. So this PF contribution update is the latest commit, which is not yet tested, and now it is going to go and check that. So I'm going to quickly show you if that is the case. If I'm going to go to the code over here, and if I'm going to go and show in the commit over here, you see that I just pushed this PF update like 3 hours before, which is this one, as you can see over here, PF contribution to 15%. This was not there before. That's the reason why the test is not covered by the SmartBear's BearQ system, but now it is going to start adding that. So we have got a new test there. So if I'm going to go and click that, you're going to see that it's going to be a test case created for me over here. So now it has created it. It's running that for me. You see that it's doing analysis. It's running the execution, which is pretty amazing. So you see that it has also did 2 more steps for doing the refinement attempt as well as the updation of the application model, because there is a new change in the application's UI. So it's also going to be updating that. So the entire idea of this particular video is to show you that now BearQ systems can extend its knowledge beyond what it has the capability by the custom agent. So you can configure custom agents like the custom MCP servers, like not just these agents, but you can add more agents like Atlassian's Rovo, Linear, and also the SmartBear's own Swagger MCP. And they have a list of MCP servers in pipeline. So all of these features are going to be coming up pretty soon as well. So that's all about how you can extend the ability of the SmartBear's BearQ system with an external MCP servers and increase its capability beyond what it does. So that's it, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure you would have seen its capability already. I highly recommend to go and sign up and see how you can use the power of SmartBear's BearQ system within your organization. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below so that we can discuss what exactly are the features which the SmartBear BearQ system misses. And if you think that these features are missing, then we can actually take this as a request and the SmartBear team can actually implement it for us, maybe. So let's see how it goes. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Catch you in the next one.